Alright, dude, let's get it started because I didn't make a video yesterday because I'm like, I was just feeling bad. You know what I mean? I'm still feeling fucked up in the head right now, but it's like, where do I even begin, man? On some real shit, where do I even begin? All I have to, like, okay, first of all, going off the dome, it was this dude. It was this dude and he was talking about Final Fantasy VII Remake 2 or the world of Final Fantasy VII. And he was talking about like the Unreal Engine 5. And I'm like, I mean, he's excited about that. I mean, look, I understand. I could see his excitement. I could really see his excitement. I could really see it. But like I said, if you notice at the bottom right here is the U symbol. And it's like using the Unreal Engine for me, because I mostly use the Unreal Engine to do terrain. That's all I pretty much do. I don't use the lighting system. I don't really use it for like um I can't say I don't use it for world building because I'm doing terrain, but like all the extra like shit that goes involved in it. Like I've done the volumetric fog and certain shit like that. So I dabbled in that. But as far as like just basic terrain, you know what I mean. But I've been doing it enough to know that a lot of people that are just so hyped over the Unreal Engine 5, like to the common man, the Unreal Engine 5 is is impressive looking at it. But at the same time, somebody that's been using it, it's cool. But it's just like seeing the like the just seeing people's like hype over it is kind of like, I wouldn't say off-putting, but it's just like, my man, calm down. Like, I understand that you're hyped, like this is what games are going to look like, but at a certain to a point, it's like, okay, dude, chill. I don't know if people understand that, but it's just like, just chill, bro. Cause some of the techniques that you would use in Unreal Engine 5, you can get away with it with 4. Like, seriously sitting up there thinking like, oh, Unreal Engine 5 is like leaps and bounds over 4. It's kind of like the theory saying like, you could have a talented artist. He could draw or paint a masterpiece on notebook paper. But then you have an inexperienced artist that can have a $100 canvas board and can't even really draw a stick figure. So it all depends on the artist and what they're doing with the medium that they're doing the shit on. And it's just like, working on Unreal 4, like, it's just like when people keep talking about like, oh, I need 120 frame rates and shit. It's like the human eye could only catch 30 to 60 frames. Anything above that, basically you're trying to give yourself epilepsy, bro. You don't need 120 frames. You just need, again, 30 to 60, because that's what the human eye can handle. So trying to act like You got these TVs, and it's like high definition, like 8K, 16K. It's like, my man, those numbers are like, it's impressive. It's basically like flexing at this point. Like after 4K and all this OLED shit, it's basically like flexing at this point. It's like I got a high definition 4K TV, and you just got, like, I got 8K, you got 4K, or OLED and QLED, but it's like you don't need that shit really. So basically, like, what I'm saying is, like, with Unreal Engine 5, like I said, it is impressive. It is good, but having all that noise, like the I would say the people that's, like, we'll say, like, okay, so we'll say me for instance, and we got like all this noise, and it looks like noise, but it's really pixels. Like, you really don't need, and plus, mind you, after a certain video game has hyped themselves up for 8 years and turned out to be a dud, why are you still looking at these systems and companies and whatever, like, oh my god, this is the next big thing? It should just be like, yeah, like, it's cool, but we should see what you're going to do when you actually come out. So, the like I was saying, with we'll say like 4K texture. Once you Okay, there's two different ways to make a terrain look realistic. You could use different nodes. There's diffuse, normal, AO, ambient occlusion, world displacement, and bump maps. Depending on what what engine you're using, the bump map is going to basically be the displacement. And it's like PBR, like basically you're trying to PBR the flat diffused textures, and PBR is physical based rendering. And once you adjust the values, like a brick wall, like brick walls, all the bricks are not necessarily in the wall perfectly. Sometimes you got resivity in the wall. Some bricks are higher than others. That's basically what you're trying to do. Or if you're doing to like that's like for rocks or something, like, you know rocks on the ground, stones, whatever. Or you can technically use a noise brush and just, set the values. You got the automatic rotation on the brush, where every time you move the brush, it rotates. It doesn't stay stagnant like how this brush is. It will actually rotate. And you hit the terrain with that, with the noise, set the value. You could use a 4K text just straight flat and damn near get away with it. You don't have to you don't have to do the PBR and all this shit. It basically, it all depends on what you're trying to do in the first place. But it's like, seeing people so hyped up over this, it's just like, man, just cool your jets, bro. It's like, cool it, because it's like, like I said, it's a weird double-edged sword. Like, I would have been impressed by that if I never been, like, if I didn't use Unreal Engine or never seen it. Oh, the shit would have been impressive, and I can't necessarily fault people for it. But it's almost like my own, like, ego type talking or something. It's just a weird thing being a game developer. Like, yeah, it's cool, but there's ways to get around certain stuff like that. Like you don't need Unreal Engine 5 to achieve that. Is basically what I'm saying. Like you could use like whatever Unreal Engine, like I'm on Unreal Engine 4 obviously, and I can't remember what point 8 or whatever I'm on, but you can still get away with looking like 5 on Unreal Engine 4. Nobody could tell the difference. You see what I'm saying? So like it's just like, man, chill. And then talking about like all Square, I bet they use like you could they're making the assets, and then they could put it in Unreal Engine 5. I could bet you $1 to a donut, more times than not, they already have Unreal Engine 5, dude. This is one of the top video game companies of all time, and I mean I'm pretty sure they have Unreal Engine 5. Though it's not out to the public, because we all know people in the industry get stuff way before the public does. So I'm pretty sure they have it, dude. Just calm down. Now, how far they're gonna be at in development with Unreal Engine 5, that's up to them. I don't know, but it's just like it's just chill, dude. They got the things going on over there. It's just like what I got going on here. Like sometimes some people are seeing shit that they're not even supposed to see until like eons down the line. Like it was just like, go maybe like a couple videos back on my channel, and I'm trying to think like what was the name of the video. I'm actually gonna try to look for it. Oh man, it's just like one of the videos called "Making a Game Bad Behavior." Like you're seeing basically my daughter at 10 years old, and you're not supposed to see her at 10, not this soon. Or like one of the if I believe the other video, making a game weapons, and another one called making a game axing the side quest, or making a game too many side quests. You're seeing a weapon for that character, aka my daughter, way before she even gets that in game. Basically, she gets that how I'm planning it in the second game's DLC. So it's just like you see stuff like these companies be doing shit that's like, you know what I mean? They be doing shit that's kind of like way out there. Like they have different development tools and all this shit, and it's like, oh, and oh yeah, there's so much I gotta talk about right now. That shit is insane. So I'm like, this dude, I mean, it's cool that he like, I mean, look, I like Final Fantasy games, particularly 7, somewhat 10, 9 and 10. You know, I mean, come on, dude. Like, I remember I got the bootleg to Advent Children. Some dude sold it to me at Electronic Boutique before they changed it to GameStop. You know what I'm saying? Like, I I bought the original. Then I got the enhanced version of Advent Children. I mean, I'm like Final Fantasy 7 all day, because that was the first Final Fantasy I played over our friend Nick's house. So I'm like all in Final Fantasy 7. So I'm excited to see what they do. I remember seeing the shit in one of the Game Informer magazines back in like '03 when they came out with Average Children. I still have the magazine. So, but all I'm saying is like now actually being in this shit, I'm like, it's it's just a different feeling that I have with the hype over these type of things now. Like I'm not hyped anymore because it's just like whatever. It's like whatever the public is hyped about, I can do it like myself. Like talking about the cities and the buildings and a particular video game that came out not too long ago that people are still talking about to this day. It's like I could easily pull that off. I mean, it's extremely easy. And it's like like I said, once you get over the hurdle of learning, like with this particular thing, like the hotkeys, once you figure it out, again, it's hard. It's in the beginning, this shit is difficult. But once you get over that hurdle, it really starts to become a lot easier. I mean, because looking at tutorials, it's like, God damn, and these dudes be acting like you supposed to know what they already know. So, but you can't, it's like you can't keep up. And it's like, even with the screen keys, I don't know how to put the screen keys on. That's why nobody ever sees the screen keys pop up. Like what buttons I'm actually pressing. But it's difficult in the beginning, but like I haven't even looked at a tutorial in God knows how long at this point because I'm so sufficient at it. I don't need it. And it's like it's just like if you just start getting involved and doing this shit on an everyday regular basis. I think I haven't the times I haven't worked on this program may have been like from April 2020 to January 5th. I think I haven't worked on it for like maybe 2 days. And that's like one day in June and then another day in like September or something. I mean, every day for hours. I mean, grinding. So it's just like at this point, I'm just flowing with this shit at this point. I'm trying to come up with shit to make. Like, man, maybe I should make a cup or something. Cause it's just like it's so easy now. And it's just like I said, all the stuff that people are just geeked up about, like, oh my god, look at this. Oh, it's like, really? I mean, just give me 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? It's just, and then it's just like hearing this dude. He got this channel. The guy sounds goofy than a motherfucker. Like, I don't know where this dude comes from, but he sounds goofy as hell. And he's talking about like this one developer talked about, and I was like, I couldn't believe it. I can't believe he said it this way. But the man sat up there and was like, he was reading a statement from this developer. He does the rigging to characters, like character models. And I'm gonna show you basically what a rig is. Like the rig is the skeleton behind, like inside the character. And these are it's an armature. It's called an armature. This is it's like a skeleton basically, as you see. And I equip like certain drivers to the fingers and everything. I mean, through the help of different tutorials, because man, I want to go back to trying to perfect the armature, but it's just it was just the journey to this shit. to get it the way as is, I would say 99% complete. But the journey to get that far was like, god damn. I think I finished it in August. I was like, once I get over this shit, once the traumatic experiences I went, I mean, I broke my Rubik's Cube because of this shit. I'll get back to it later. But as of now, let me chill and like let me get back to this. Anyway, this is basically a rig. It's a meta rig. Is aka armature. And so one dude, he was saying how in this particular game, making the rigs for children is hard because you have to, like, they'll take adults and scale them down to a child, like form, like a child form. And it's like, he was saying how it's hard doing it. I was like, see, I don't know what these dudes are coming from, but I was like, my man, and I'm telling people, and it's funny how I be trying to tell people in the comment sections, I'm making videos about this shit, and it just feels like nobody's hearing me or believing me. It's like we don't believe you and we don't hear you or see you anyway. But it's just like doing a meta rig for a kid. It's just all you're doing is making a child, like she's not a kid, but you're just making a child. And because you see my daughters that I created, you're gonna basically scale this meta rig down, parent the shit to the character, and you know, do the whole weight paint shit, you know, so your body parts won't stretch when they're not supposed to. You know, you do the things you need, and then I mean, it's not that difficult. But it's like this dude is trying to explain how difficult this shit is, so people could be like, oh, see, they gotta do all this mental gymnastics and all this shit. It's like, stop, bro. It's not that difficult. It's like I hit, like, again, where am I at? Like, once you already have your model, because what I was doing when I first did it, because you don't see the meta rig in the character, because I was under the assumption that you have to put the rig perfectly in the body, like a skeleton, like a real skeleton. But I'm seeing pictures, you necessarily don't have, as long as it's in the general area where the body part is. So that's how I was doing it. But anyway, so let me save this real quick. I'm like, damn, man, it's like, I don't know what's wrong. See, the only difference is, I would say this for me, the big hurdle, and there will be a big hurdle, is I'm on a different program from developers. Now you got some people are using different programs. Now if I jump into like say if I don't know, some game studio pick me up like, oh, okay, I see you doing this work. The problem with that would come into play for me is I only know this particular thing. I'm not skilled in the other ones. But it's just like, because some certain things is the same but not. They use different terminology. Like instead of merge, they might use weld, like how you weld metal together is weld instead of merge. Or certain things, certain UI, like where would you do the loop cuts at? Like I know loop cuts, but you might call it something else, trying to be different. But it's like, okay, I know what loop cuts are. You calling it something different, and it's like, here it is, and I gotta remember the buttons. That's the hard part for me. But actually building, like making clothes and all this shit, it's just like whatever. And even with character models, it's not as difficult as one may think. Because even with studios, they're mostly taking pictures of different actors. You see what I'm saying? Because they're making the jobs easier now. But anyway, but I mean, here's a rig to an adult. I mean, but once the model exists, you're just gonna fit the model to a kid, and then you're just gonna, like for me, what is Control P to parent? No, you like what? I can never remember what order this is, but then you're gonna do one of them orders, the model or the skeleton, or the skeleton to the model, and then you're gonna Control P. And what is it? What yeah, it says parent to object. What is it? Keep transform or something like that. I mean, it's, and then your character, you're like, then you go to pose mode, and then you do all this shit. But it's just like, once you already have your child model, like you don't have to take this model to turn it into a kid to rig it. You have your character model as the kid character model and your armature, and just parent it. And I'm pretty sure like they have like, if you all you do is rig. See, for me, I have to literally do everything. I have to figure out the different drivers for the fingers so the fingers can close. See, the thing with me, my fingers bend back too far because I stopped. Because it was, like I said, it was a beast getting as far as I got. But I need to figure out how far the driver should stop when the fingers go back this way. But closing, that's cool. So, I mean, where are they? Hold up. Like the one everybody keeps seeing. This, she's 10 years old. Did I delete her character rig? Oh no, I didn't. There it is. This is her character rig. I just resized it. That's why it's off. I like the skeleton is out of her body, but it's off. But because, like I said, I resized the model. But this is it. I mean, once you already have the rig and it's supposed to do what it does, you could just keep moving that file over to different characters. And matter of fact, where's the I guess it's the one in August. That's the latest one. See, here's the rig. It just doesn't have the tail. So here it is. This rig is for everybody. Let me see, cause I haven't looked at this rig, cause the last time was in August. See, this is the last time I even looked at this shit. Let me see. Let me try to select. See, it's like, see how the finger, the middle. Wait, is this the middle finger? Yeah, the middle finger goes back too far, but it closes though. It closes the way it's supposed to close, but it just bends back too far. And I stopped at that point. But let's see what else. Like I said, I haven't seen this in a while. You see what I'm saying? I mean, cause I don't know why the original meta rig didn't come with bending the toes and the heat, it doesn't come with, like, it's a human meta rig, but the rig does not act like how you would think. You have to add too much other shit to it. Like, you gotta add the toes and the you gotta add the different toe drop, like IKs, and like, see, like, it didn't do this at first. I had to add all the other bones and parent it to that, and this is, like I said, this was hard though. I ain't gonna lie, this was hard. Fuck that. This shit was like, I don't even know how to describe it. This shit was hard. Trying to parent this toe bone to the heel so the heel could go up when the toes bend, and I was like, God damn. Just thinking about this shit is making me frustrated. Like, dude, I mean, the different hip bones and so, like, oh, what is it like? Like I said, I haven't seen this in a long time, since August. It's a wave. No, it's not that one. It has something to do with the ass cheeks. Like, when the character walks, the ass cheeks will move according to how the person would walk. And I'm trying to figure out which bone was it. But that's what I'm saying. Like, doing this, yeah, this shit is hard. But once you get over this, like the first rig, you did everybody. You just, again, if you do one, you do many, because it's over with after that. When you do this one skeleton, I mean, unless you're doing like a creature with hind legs or some shit. But if you're doing like human or humanoid based characters, you, once you do the first dude, you know what I'm saying? I just gotta, like, again, it's 90. Now I'm looking at it, it's like 98% complete, because I have to, like I said, it bends back too far, the fingers, and I gotta add the tailbone, like the tail. So I'm like, how dude was talking was almost like he had to reinvent the wheel with characters. I'm like, no, you don't. And it's like the dude that sounds ridiculous on this YouTube channel. He's sitting up there acting like it's like they spoon feed you all this shit. Like, we had to go through the Himalayas to get a certain computer, and then the abominable snowman punched me in the chest, and I had to beat it up, and I took his fur like Red Dead Redemption so I could brave the cold while I hook up this computer to do this shit on the mountaintop so we could get the air quality in the game right. And then people be like, oh my God, you hear all this? It's like, stop. You did not do all of that for this shit. So calm down. Stop trying to make it seem like it's just like this, like, thing. I mean, you got like over 400 something people at your studio. I mean, it ain't that difficult. I mean, when it comes to me doing this shit solo, this shit is like, it's damn near like medical school. Like, I gotta figure out, like, what the human body got, like 236 bones or some shit. The rig doesn't have that many, but it's like you have to damn near connect the nerve endings together. Like, okay, these fingers, what was the equation? It was like negative VAR 1. It was something like that. I gotta go back to my arcade driver to see all. I mean, it's like you gotta do these equations and shit, and I already suck at math, and now I gotta like almost kind of learn a sliver of trigonometry, basically. I'm like, fuck that. I'm doing this by myself, and these companies be acting like, anyway. So this whole rig shit, I'm like, calm down, bro. calm the fuck down. Like, and I don't believe that, no. You already have problems with your game. I seriously doubt that it's not what you said it was why you couldn't do certain shit. Stop. No. But anyway, it's just like then I'm sitting up there looking at this dude, and it's mighty funny. Like, I come to watch these videos for, like, basically news on the video game industry. Then I make my video if I feel like it. But a lot of these people, it's just like some of the stuff they were saying was not interesting. So I was like, fuck it. But this one dude, he's talking about, what was he talking about? He was talking about this game, and it's for like Nintendo Switch. And he's talking about like it got some controversy somewhere. And the controversy isn't controversy at all. I mean, some people might be trying to ban the game or whatever the case is or whatever, but it doesn't seem like controversy to me. It's just bullshit. So I'm like, right. So I'm like, it's mighty funny. They like the controversy they like, but when it comes to something that challenges their worldview, oh, they don't like that controversy. As long as the controversy agrees with them and they could make fun of the people talking about it, oh, they like it. But if it's something they don't agree with and it's controversial, then it's like, oh, why is this happening? Or it's against me. And I'm like, it's like, dude. And that goes into my next thing that I was about to say. I I really want to stop watching these particular YouTube videos for the simple fact I'm about to. I don't know how deep this is going to be, but for the simple fact I come to these YouTube channels, and sometimes it's like white noise at this point, just to have something going on in the background. Because I don't want to listen to the music I'm listening to. I just maybe want to hear something else. Because when I listen to music, I get too involved in it, and I be thinking about other stuff. So anyway, I'll be watching or listening to these dudes, and then hearing them, like, it's like, oh, they put dude on their channel like that, or like they may say something like you might be like watching. I might be watching it, and then they come out saying something that's cringeworthy, I will say, even though I don't like using that word. But they'll say something egregious, and it's kind of like all you had to do was talk about the game. You didn't have to throw in some extra shit involved. Case in point, when I was listening to this like a couple months ago, when I was trying to learn about what is it called, the world composition, I think, in Unreal. And I'm up here trying to be like, I'm trying to make a big place. I'm not trying to make an island. And I'm up here listening to this dude, and then he was saying, he said, because okay, like in certain computer programs, they have the parent, which is the original, and the children are the copies of the original. And he had to say chilling. So I was like, why did you have to say that? And even the dude that was hosting it was kind of trying to tell him, like, come on, they're like, yeah, And they had this thing like they knew they shouldn't, like they knew dude shouldn't have said it, but it was kind of like, you know, just chill out with what we say behind closed doors type thing. Like, you're getting too comfortable and we're being recorded. So I was like, it's that type of thing all the time when I keep seeing these particular YouTube videos. It's always some shit like that all the time. When I'm not even coming into the conversation, or like I'm not trying to listen for that. But it's just like it comes up because it's just people just have this innate thing to say these type of shits. And it's just like, oh, you know what I mean? Like I know. Because it just like they believe that they're in the space onto their own. And it's like, I just I'm just tired of falling for this shit. Like they might be saying some good points in like a couple videos, like yeah, I can see that, I hear what he's saying. But then by the third or fourth video up, here this comes up again, where it's just like you have to say something. And it's almost like I'm listening to these type of videos expecting this shit now. And it's like, that's what you're on. You allowed him to be your co-host on your podcast. Like after what he was saying 5 years ago. I remember that shit 5 years ago. It was him and a couple of other people. I don't know where these other people have gone, but it's just like he was one of the ones though. And I'm like, it's just putting me off on the whole experience at this point. Like that's where these dudes are at right now. You know what I mean? But again, they believe that they're in a space of their own, and there's other people like them that listens to this shit. But they wouldn't come out like on some regular shit saying that shit in front of a different audience. Oh, like I'm not like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not thinking people are listening to this shit though. So I'm just like, I'm just tired of running into these particular YouTubers that keep saying shit or acting like this. And then, like I said, if whoever comes across this shit somehow, somewhere, they're gonna be like, oh, I'm not like that, bro. It's like, it's just too many that are. I'm not falling for him. You may be cool, but I'm not falling for the shit though. It's like you just be cool over there somewhere. Because the others that have these platforms, they damage the shit for people that like you that claim you may be cool. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if people don't like this shit, it's like, so the fuck, what are you gonna do about it? Because I may be hitting a nerve or something. You know what I mean? I mean, because literally, what are you gonna do about it? I mean, it's just like, I mean, in comparison to a lot of shit, I mean, what are you gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you just, all you just gonna do is talk wherever you are. You just gonna talk in your place, wherever you are, in your house or apartment or wherever you're from, and that's all you're gonna do. You it's not like you can do anything about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna elaborate that far into it, but it's just like you're not gonna do anything about it anyway. So like I'm not worried about the shit. But anyway, it's just like I gotta stop with these like falling for the traps. But it's like damn, you know what I mean? I mean, some of the people that like I wouldn't necessarily be watching they dicks anyway, because it's this whole thing like I'm a man, I do what I want to type shit, and it's kind of like that's putting me off on your ass too. You know what I mean? So it's just like I just feel like I don't know. I'm just on an island unto myself, and I don't want to be on that island by myself. Like I've been by myself on this island for a long time, long enough. And it's just I don't want to be on this island like that no more. You know? But other than that, it's just like it is insane. And some people they're not gonna see it as a problem because they don't have to deal with the shit. And that's another funny thing about the whole situation. Is like if you don't have to deal with it, then it's like, oh, it's not a problem. But it's a problem to other people, but you don't see it because you don't have to experience the problem. You know what I mean? And then you got like people saying like the whole SJW snowflake shit, but if something came across their bow, they're just not going to say nothing about it. They're going to be the whole thing about social justice warriors. The whole word of that never made sense to me in the fact that just say if somebody was like, I don't know, like paper, we'll just say if something just so bland as saying paper or plastic. I like paper. Somebody else may like plastic. And I heat up on the plastic people. They get mad. And they be like, oh, the plastic people are social justice warriors. They're snowflakes and they're getting mad. But if somebody on the plastic side heats up on paper, what, I gotta say something, right? You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be like, why are you heating up on paper? I mean, paper comes from trees, paper, toilet paper, and you wipe your ass and all this shit. And I'm up here getting upset. Wouldn't I be a social justice warrior for my side? Just like they're social justice warriors on the plastic side? Like, why is it just like this one-sided argument that you created? Like, they're the only ones doing the shit. It has to be two opposing sides. So, if I heat up on the plastic people, somebody's gonna get upset. And it's like, see, I got you. But if the plastic people heat up on paper, it's like, so? It's not gonna work like that. Somebody's gonna get mad. And somebody's gonna say something. So it's just like saying that like that was just a weird thing to me. And like snowflakes, if somebody heats up on paper, it's like at least plastic don't erode like paper, and the paper people they erode easy and shit. I'm gonna get mad like you saying I erode, fuck you, and see plastic is fake though. Aren't I a snowflake? Aren't I melting? Aren't I saying something about this shit? That's what I'm saying. The whole argument was dumb. I mean, mean, don't sit up there and act like you ain't gonna say nothing about something. Like, everybody says something, and it just only seemed like young dummies saying some stupid shit like that. I mean, the shit was dumb from day fucking one. The shit was just dumb, saying some shit like, these particular people are going to say something, but we're not if somebody heats up on us. That was dumb. That was straight up stupid. And it's just like, every time somebody says something about that shit, I just roll my eyes like, oh, here we go. Like the whole virtue signaling shit. It's like, come on, dude. Like, it just looks stupid. It just looks and sounds stupid. It's like you guys take a shit and we don't. Like, everybody takes a shit. Everybody pulls their pants down, sits on the toilet, and strains. I mean, don't sit up there and act like oh, I don't do that. Like, yo, shit don't stink. This ain't roses. You see what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna know that roses and your shit don't stink reference. But anyway, I mean, it's just like, stop, bro. Stop. Your shit does stink, and you gonna say something about it. I mean, it's just that, and then here's the thing, that the odd part about the shit is like, the shit that you're going to be mad at just sounds like a bitch. Like, it's not like a real thing that you're mad at. Like, I don't give a fuck about what group of people that's marginalized, that's finally get their comeuppance in the world. I don't give a fuck about that. I mean, not saying like I don't care about the movement or argument, but it's just like, if somebody wants a gay superhero somewhere, I mean, let them fucking have it. I mean, I don't feel like, oh, somebody's attacking me, somebody's trying to get me, somebody's trying to steal or take something from me. It's just, okay, there's a gay superhero somewhere. He wear pink tights. He got a rainbow flag cape. He got a boyfriend that he got to protect and save. It's like, I mean, if the movie's good, then fuck it, I'll watch it. I'm not gonna feel like, I'm like, oh, I mean, if it's trash, then it's trash. I mean, I'll be keeping this shit real. If the shit is trash, then it'll just be not. It would just be the story is trash. You know what I mean? That's as far as it wouldn't be attack on the actual like character or nothing. It'd be like, whatever the fuck it is. I'm not gonna feel like the shit is like oh, because again, like, if there's a controversy that you agree with and people are like mad, it's like, if you agree with it and people are mad, it's like, oh, why? What's the controversy? People are just mad for the sake of being mad. People are snowflakes, SJW, bruh. But it's like, somebody says some real shit, then it's like, oh, like the whole politics and video games thing. Like, everybody has, especially all these modern games. Ghost of Tsushima had politics in this shit. The samurais and the shoguns and the mongrels and everything, but that was perfectly fine. Then nobody ever brought up the fact like, oh, we tired of politics in video games. But when it's like something like Red Dead Redemption, or like usually something that's kind of pointing out a particular group of people's history, then here comes the problem. And it's like, I mean, it just is what it is. You know? It just is what it is. I mean, but then, if you say something about that, Wouldn't you be a snowflake and an SJW for your side? I just never, like I said, somebody explain that shit to me. Because, I mean, wouldn't that mean that you are an SJW on your side? I mean, wouldn't you say something about it? Like, this is an attack on us or some shit like that. I mean, I'm like, alright, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, whatever, dude. See, that's what I'm saying. It seems like some people just don't, certain shit just don't register up there. I'm like, I mean, if you upset, I mean, it's not even the whole point of just, I mean, if people could be upset, people could be mad and shit. I mean, even though it's just the arguments are kind of lame and kind of like you just whining about, like they're not even real world problems. But don't sit up there and be hypocritical about this shit. Like they're the ones mad, but we don't get mad. Like, yeah, I don't know, bro. But anyway, I keep running into these dudes, and I'm like, man, I don't know, bro. I'm just running into a lot of these dudes, dude. I'm just like, it's just like at a certain point I need to stop because it's fucking up my mental health. I'm starting to lose my shit. I'm already halfway crazy as is, you know what I mean? And these dudes, they ain't helping. These dudes ain't helping at all, bro. But on another note, how come? Maybe somebody could explain this to me. Why is it now when I selected this part right here, it touched the back? Why did it go through the back? No, I think I see why. I think I see why. But wait a minute. No, maybe not. No. Hold up. Hold up. Let me try something. Now I'm selecting this. Let's see what happens. Maybe it may not happen. Maybe it will. See, okay. I think I know why I did that though. Let's see. Right. Oh, my bad. So I was about to say, I'm in solid mode. How's it getting back there? The only way it gets back there if you go on a wireframe and you select, and it selects everything. But I know, fuck it. I know why I did what I did. I know. Anyway, so I'm just like, I know I was saying a lot of shit today, but it's just certain shit I just had to say. I just had to let it be known. Because I know for a fact, I already know the type of discord that's gonna happen when I release my shit. Oh, I'm prepared. I'm prepared for the whole thing. Listen, because okay, this is the last thing I'm gonna bring up, and I said this before, but maybe I took the video down. Maybe not. I don't know. But I remember back, it was like 2001, and me and my best friend went to a convention. It was Wizard World, I think. We went to Wizard World, and we had our drawings, and we had like our drawings on these poster boards, and basically we wanted them signed by like different voice actors. And so me, my friend, and this particular voice actor, we was talking and we was laughing about his characters, my friend's characters, because his characters got some big titties, like real big titties. And so this woman and her kid came up. This is when we first realized people got a whole bunch of shit to say. Mind you, this is in 2001. The internet wasn't, it was in people's homes, but it wasn't like how as it is now. There was no social media, nothing. So this woman and her kid came up to us. She said, "Don't you think these characters are inappropriate for children?" And in our minds, we were like, "Bitch." Hey, that's how we was looking. We was like, "Look, you know, basically, I can't remember what we said, but it was almost like it is what it is." And so she walked off. Like, she just walked off. She wasn't caring about it. Like, "I'm gonna speak to your manager." She just walked off. She didn't say nothing. She wasn't like, and putting the finger in our face and shit. She just walked off. As far as I remember, she walked off. Me, my friend, and this voice actor was laughing at her ass. Like, we don't care. Like, we see we see these cat chicks with some big ass titties. We gonna watch it. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was. So we had it in our mind that people are going to say some real shit. This was 2001. People are going to say some shit wherever it is. I mean, people are going to say some real shit. So now you got the internet, because we didn't think about social media at that time. The furthest we had was chat rooms. But now you got any asshole can make a video. Anybody can say anything. So now it's just going to be that 10 times as worse. Oh, motherfucker, I'm ready for the fucking smoke. I got my smoke signals. My man, I'm dancing around the campfire. I'm ready for the smoke. I create the smoke for you, which I've already have. I already created the smoke. In the mini-series, man, the mini-series, it's not even smoke, motherfucker. It's a whole forest fire. So I'm ready for the shit. I'm ready for that shit, bitch. Oh, the shit is coming. Oh, the miniseries is coming, son. Whenever this shit blows up, just wait for the miniseries. Oh, that shit is going to set shit on fire. Oh, we're going to see a lot of shit. They're just going to see a lot of shit. And that's all I'm going to say. Because you seen some characters it had on the side. It had the word miniseries on it. So this shit is already planned. I'm actually at the last episode now. Or you may see it say like Hair Main MS miniseries. So it's like I already have this shit. Like I said, I will create the smoke for you just so you can say something, because you're going to say something no matter what. And I mean, just even some of the characters, just over the look of some of the characters, some people gonna be like, "Why'd you make them thick? Why you got like thick chicks and big girls and shit?" I'm already for the shit. Somebody gonna be like, "Why'd you do this? Why is this? This seems funny style." It's just like, look, again, this shit has I created this whole story, Black Dragon number 8 in 1999. It was August 1999. The people that are going to be saying some shit probably weren't even born when I made this shit. So why the fuck am I going to change something or care about what you got to say now? I mean, seriously. Like the chick that got mad at my friend's shit. Like, do you really think he went back and was like, that woman, I mean, she really affected me. I got to change. So I don't know, the soccer moms won't get mad. If anything, he probably made the titties even bigger. And I was there when he did it. You know what I'm saying? Because we was going over each other's house damn near every day. So whatever he did, I knew about the shit. So motherfuckers ain't caring because some of these people's arguments, it's not like I said, it's not even controversy really. The shit is some of the shit is really funny. Some of the shit is actually really funny because it's like there's people dying and starving in this world, and you care about big titty cat chicks. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some real shit is going on in the world, and this is what you stop to care about. Like, what happened at the time? What happened then? I don't know, like something George Bush did. I don't know. This was before 9/11. I know this was before that. So whatever was happening in the world, like when was that? Like August 2001 or whatever the case is. I mean, big titty cat chicks is the least of your problems. I mean, don't you gotta teach your kid how to read and write and shit. I don't know, bro. It's just like certain controversies. It's not even controversial. It's just like, oh, like I mean, when you got countries banning games from coming out, I mean that's unfortunate for that company because I mean that's some serious shit. You know, they put their hard work into making a game. You know, they don't want to get banned. They want people to play their shit. You know what I mean? Like that's unfortunate. But if it's like not like getting banned from a whole country, it's like the controversy is like most of the shit. It's not even a problem, but you're making it into one. But anyway, I'm sitting up there picking. I mean, this is on a side note. This is basically what I do. Just be picking vertices and just moving them around slightly. I mean, the shit. I could see people not liking doing this. I mean, for some odd reason, I like doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like just picking little vertices and moving them slightly over. Like it's I don't know why I like doing this shit. I don't. I mean, it'll be tedious for a lot of people, but this is just like painting. You know what I mean? How's an authority? What's it called? You just sit there and paint and you just be by yourself. Like it's like that. It's almost like a zen type of experience. Like, oh, like I fucked this up. Let me merge and change this shit. Like this is basically what I do all the time. And I'm like trying to figure out something else to do while I'm doing this shit. You know what I mean? It's just I just be trying to figure out like other like clothes designs really. Like like maybe I should put a pocket somewhere right here. Or you know the loop. But I already put the trim there and I shouldn't even have done that. With video games, like they use UV maps to do certain shit. Like they don't need like okay, getting off subject. When you put a UV map, I don't know how to do UV maps yet because I'm not saying that it's not necessary for me to do it, but it's like stitching. The stitching of the clothes or the certain trim. They use UV maps and it's done and it tricks the eye to make it look like they actually did it. But it's just a 2D texture mapped onto the whatever object, whatever it is. But I'm like, fuck that, I'm going a different route. And now at the time, because I think I said this is the first jacket or the first clothing item I made. So when I got into the shit, I was like, oh, I know where the trims are. I know where to put certain shit. And I did this. Now you could, but you don't have to. And then then looking at it, the lines are too close. I'm calling them lines, the edges. The lines are too close in order for me to really do what I want to do. But you can turn these into curves and then make a stitch. You just make one, and you do the same technique technically how I do the braids with the whole Control C, copy location, Control P. What was Control P? Curve the form, and then you just put the stitch where it is, whatever axis it is, and then you use the array modifier, then count the shit up, and then it will just duplicate the stitch. But I was like, I didn't know how to do that then. So when I did this, I was like, oh, I'm gonna do some real shit and all this. So it's like looking back at it, like now since I'm months in, it's like I didn't need to do this, like these lines. I didn't have to do that. So I'm just, and that's another thing I'm looking at all the like my old, whatchamacallit, like all my old steps that I took, and like, damn, I didn't have to do all that. Because like I said, when I did this jacket, had to have been May. It had to have been in May. So now it's January 2021. I'm like, damn, I was doing too much. Just like this. I mean, somewhere down the line, one of these stitches have to follow one of these lines, like one of these edges. So again, I could just get rid of them. Like I don't have to. Like I gotta fix that. See, damn, that fucked up everything. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like I gotta figure out where I want to put the stitch, and then just put the stitch there. You know what I mean? But I was basically trying to map out where these certain lines was gonna go. Anyway, but that's how to get down is. And then it's all sharp and shit. I mean, it's low poly enough. You know, I mean, once the whole thing comes together, obviously it won't be like that. But I'm like, dude. But that's like I said, that's what I'll be doing all day, damn near. If I'm not doing this, I'm writing my scripts. Like I'm writing them on my phone, and then I'm gonna put them in my laptop. You know, because I'm not gonna be on my laptop damn near all day. You know what I mean? But technically, like that's it, man. That's just how the cookie crumbles, bro. So I'm out this bitch. Money over stank holes.